Reciting poetry is fine, but what kind of nonsense is this? Did you also perform like this at Sumin's literary gathering? Could it be that the reconstructed mental peg has failed? But even if he regained his memories, he should have noticed my flaws. Why would he still call me Huayu so calmly? Brat, why are you suddenly silent? Are you putting on an act in front of your father again? But if the mental peg is intact, he shouldn't have any impression of Xie Yan equaling Huayu. What the hell is going on? Hurry up, if you break anything, and the Taoist gets angry, you'll have to bear the consequences yourself. This isn't the place to talk, come with me. Gui, does he really think of me as his son? Tell me. What have you been up to while running around outside? I heard you were growing sweet potatoes and guazu? Nothing much, just wandering around and enriching my life. Good thing this is just life simulation. I can mess around as much as I want. I need to see what's really going on. If you run into trouble, you must tell your father, alright? Never take risks alone, like that time in Shilan Kingdom. If I hadn't arrived in time, your situation would have been dire. But a year ago, you actually defeated Guolong from the great heavenly demon sect in a single sword move. Be honest with me, what's your real cultivation level now? Isn't your strongest technique the supreme self-respecting divine art? Where did you even learn such a powerful sword technique? Don't tell me you really are Machi's successor. Like the rumors say? My cultivation level. I can barely hold my own against someone in the innate realm 5th layer. That time, I won against Guolong only because of the strategy set up by Eternal Heavens, which gave me an in-depth understanding of him. As for the one who taught me swordsmanship, it definitely wasn't Machi, but I suspect he might be Machi's disciple. Anyway, he was one of Eternal Heaven's evangelists. I forgot I was the one who told him about the Zilinwei alias. Beep it. Using fake identities to stir up trouble is fun, but the aftermath is a disaster. Ha ha ha, my son truly surpasses his father. Among the 5 beauties and 5 princes, you should rank number 1. I think so too. But there's one thing I can't figure out. How exactly did you join Eternal Heavens? From what I've investigated, that sect has always been mysterious, moving in the shadows. Yet in the past 2 years, they've suddenly become high-profile, not to mention the minor skirmishes in the Great Han Dynasty. But after your battle as Zilinwei in the Great Tang, you're now famous across the land. Well, I met that evangelist with Machi's inheritance in Shilan Kingdom, and through a twist of fate, he introduced me to Eternal Heavens. But I've never met Patriarch Mara, and I don't know much about the organization. All the evangelists cover their faces, so nobody knows who anyone is. But I do feel like Eternal Heavens is incredibly powerful. Forget Patriarch Mara. When I worked on a mission with the evangelists in the Great Tang, every single one of them had terrifying talent and strength. Huayu, since you've made contact with them, I think it's best to first understand their full background before using them to our advantage. Whether it's Patriarch Mara or the evangelists, with their level of power, they couldn't have just appeared out of nowhere. They must have identities in the open world. If you uncover anything, make sure to inform me through the Yinshi transmission talisman. Stop disappearing without a word. I understand, Father, you don't need to worry. Is he truly concerned about me? Or does he just want intelligence on Eternal Heavens? Forget it, I can't exactly tell him that Patriarch Mara is me. Humph, no matter what, Huayu, your travels over the years haven't been in vain. You've gained quite a lot, unlike your father, who rushed day and night to Shilan Kingdom, only to end up with nothing. Not only did I fail to obtain the Chi Source Spirit Stone, but you even gifted it to someone else. The situation was complicated at the time. I had to disguise myself as Xie Yan to evade pursuit, but by sheer misfortune, I ran into the sect master of Moqing's sect, and the Chi Source Spirit Stone was discovered. In the end, I had no choice but to hand it over. Sigh, forget it. At least with this contribution, you've secured a foothold in Moqing's sect, and I no longer have to worry. What does Father mean by this? Huayu, you may not know, but Xinhua's sect is no longer what it used to be. Back when Su Min was still around, at least he and I were evenly matched. While we competed, we also kept each other in check, though it wasn't good for sect unity. it at least prevented any one faction from dominating. But after the 9 sects gathering, Sounen died, and I, having obtained a fragment of Idochi's legacy, managed to advance. That's when everything changed. Even though I still hold the position of vice sect master, I've actually been sidelined. The one who truly holds power now is that old fox, Yenso. Yuanxing may seem like a battle-crazed martial fool who doesn't concern himself with sect affairs, but that's just a facade. He's merely waiting for the right moment to eliminate what he considers an error. I can't afford to sit around and wait for my fate. You are my only weakness, Huayu, so don't come back, stay in Moqing sect, I will handle everything. Oh? Gui is worried about being purged by Yuansheng? Is he starting to harbor rebellious thoughts? Father, aren't you overthinking this? If the sect master were truly that scheming, why would he expose himself by holding this advancement ceremony? Wouldn't it be smarter to hide his strength and lure people into a trap? That's all because of that Taoist from the Song Empire. Qishu. Humph? A Taoist from the Song Empire? Why would he push for something like this? Who knows what his motives are? Ever since Yuanxing took over as sect master, he's been in seclusion, focusing entirely on cultivation. He barely managed sect affairs, let alone anything beyond it. But after Qishu arrived, Yuanxing suddenly changed, as if he were a different person. Not only did he start taking a hands-on approach to sect matters, but he also began making high-profile appearances. This time, he even organized the advancement ceremony just to compete with Wenao sect. So, Sect Master Jia was right after all. This is not the act of a wise man, making such a grand spectacle. I'd like to see what they'll do if something goes wrong and Yuanxing fails his advancement. Exactly, if he fails, even if he isn't injured, just the humiliation alone will be enough to make the other demonic sects laugh at him for a whole year. Someone's coming, let's end the conversation here. If you need anything, use the Yinqi transmission talisman to contact me. Take care of yourself. Like hell I have that talisman, it was destroyed long ago. Gui seems fine, but I still don't understand what's going on. How does he still see me as his son? That Taoist from the Song Empire. Qishu. That guy. Could it be? Senior brother. Senior brother, wait for me. I am Xie Yan of Moqing sect, young lady. Are you sure you have the right person? Hee, senior brother is still so good at acting, but this face of Xie Yan's, seeing it is such a delight. Just looking at you makes me happy. I don't understand what you're saying. Still pretending? Mei Ling's Chi sight has already seen through you, senior brother. No matter what form you take, I can always recognize you. Beep it, I forgot about that. No, wait, I'm inside life simulation right now, why am I even hiding? Stop mumbling and speak clearly, what do you want from me?